The Special Intensive Revision (SIR) of electoral rolls is a strategic exercise by the Election Commission of India aimed at thoroughly updating, verifying and correcting the voter lists across India. While routine roll updates happen annually, SIR is a far more comprehensive, time-bound house-to-house verification drive often preceding major elections. Its goal is to ensure that the electoral roll is accurate, inclusive and free from errors such as duplicates, digits, voters or ineligible entries. A Special Intensive Revision (SIR). SIR refers to a large-scale intensive revision of electoral rolls by the Election Commission of India under its constitutional and statutory powers, usually triggered in anticipation of high-stakes elections as or when the rolls have remained largely unchanged for years. The SIR involves steps such as face enumeration forms, house-to-house verification by booth-level officer (BLOs), document verification of voters, deletion of ineligible entries, and inclusion of those omitted. The SIR 2025 in Bihar, where more than 8 crore voters were to be re-verified, is the latest example. Key facts. The legal basis lies in Article 324 of the Constitution, Superintendent's Direction and Control of Elections, and Section 21(3) of the Representation of the People Act 1950 allows the Commission to carry out a special revision of the electoral roll. The objective is to include every eligible citizen 18 plus years and to remove duplicates, digits, person, ineligible entries and correct errors like wrong names or addresses. It is not simply a summary revision but combines features of a full enumeration, intensive revision and summary updates. Hence the nomenclature is Special Intensive. Special Intensive Revision significance. The SIR exercise offers multiple benefits for democracy and electoral integrity, reduces ghost voters and multiple registration. By removing duplicate entries, the fairness of election improves, reflect demographic changes. Large-scale migration, new electoral entrants and urbanization distort old rolls. SIR addresses this, improves inclusion of marginalized groups, young voters, internal migrants, disabled voters get properly registered, strengthen transparency and trust. When voters feel the list is updated and inclusive, public confidence in the system increases. Facilitates efficient polling logistics. Clean rolls help better planning, fewer spoiled ballots, accurate polling station allocation as seen in Jaipur, creation of new booths. Special Intensive Revision objectives. The major objectives of conducting a Special Intensive Revision are accuracy, to update and correct the electoral roll so that duplicate names, digits, voter and ineligible persons can remove. Inclusion, to ensure that all eligible citizens including first-time voters, migrants and those omitted earlier are included in the voter list. Legitimacy, to strengthen public trust in elections by cleansing rules and thereby reinforcing the one person, one vote principle. Demographic adjustment. With increasing migration, rural-urban, changing residences, newly eligible voters 18 plus SIR helps the rule reflect ground realities. Pre-election readiness, especially before major assembly or Lok Sabha elections, a clean rule reduces litigation and helps smooth polling operations. Special Intensive Revision legal framework. The legal and constitutional basis for SIR is critical for understanding its authority and challenges. Article 324(1) grant the ECI superintendent's direction and control of elections to Parliament and state legislatures. Article 326 guarantees adult suffrage to all citizens aged 18 plus for election to Lok Sabha and state assemblies. Representation of the People Act 1950. Section 16 and 19 sets out criteria for voter eligibility: citizen, 18 plus, ordinary resident. Section 21(3) empowers the Election Commission of India to order a special roll revision. Registration of Electoral Rules 1960 specifies procedures for enrollment, revision, etc. Some legal commentators note that the term Special Intensive Revision itself is not explicitly present in the rulebook, raising questions of nomenclature and procedural clarity. A Special Intensive Revision process. The SIR process involves several distinct phases and features which differentiate it from routine roll updates, notification and planning. The Election Commission of India issues notification specifying qualifying date, example July 1, 2025 in Bihar. House-to-house enumeration. BLOs visit every house in assigned polling booth area and distribute pre-filled enumeration forms to existing electors and new eligible persons. Submission of documents for voters enrolled after a certain past date. Example, January 2003 in Bihar SIR, proof of date, place of birth and parentage is required. This is stricter than earlier frameworks. Verification and deletion additions. EROs scrutinize the submission, identity, death, duplicates, migration, ineligible voters and remove them. Simultaneously, new inclusion are processed. For example, in Jaipur, 741 new polling booths were to be created under SIR to accommodate changes. Draft publication and objection. A draft rule is published, objection entertained, grievance redressal mechanisms applied. The Supreme Court directed Election Commission of India to publish details of deleted names in the Bihar SIR litigation. Final rule and freeze. The final rule is constituted and frozen for ensuing election. Additions, deletion after that are restricted to special cases. Special intensive revision features. The key features of the special intensive revision has been listed below. Focus on every household rather than selective updates. Time-bound completion preceding major elections. Special emphasis on migrants, youth and excluded electorates. Integration of digital tools, SMS alerts, online enumeration, voters. Stronger document verification for entries added post last intensive revision. Uttar Pradesh SIR 2026. The Election Commission of India has published the draft electoral roll for Uttar Pradesh following the recently completed special intensive revision SIR 2026, marking one of the most extensive voter list overhauls in the state ahead of upcoming elections. Out of the total 15.44 crore registered voters in Uttar Pradesh, the names of 12.55 crore voters have been retained in the draft electoral roll after the completion of the special intensive revision. The reasons for this Uttar Pradesh Special Intensive Revision 2026 have been listed below. Date of the voter as verified through field checks and official records. Permanent migration of voters to other states or constituency. Duplicate or multiple entries detected in the electoral roll. Voters found to be untraceable or not residing at the given address during verification. Ineligible entries due to age-related discrepancies or incorrect detail. Failure to submit required documents or verification forms during the SIR process. Special intensive revision challenges. While SIR is conceptually sound, its implementation has raised serious concerns. Risk of disenfranchisement. The demand for additional documents, especially for post-2003 entries, may exclude legitimate voters lacking birth or parentage proof. Critics argue that the risk excluding the poor, migrants and marginalized groups. Timing before elections. Conducting a full-scale revision just before a major election may create confusion, logistic issues and allegation of bias. For example, state parties asked for clarity that SIR is not a citizenship verification exercise. Terminology and procedural clarity. The term special intensive revision is not explicitly mentioned in existing rules, leading to questions about legal basis and consistency. Resource and staffing constraint. House-to-house enumeration at scale demands huge human and technological resources. Field officials have flagged shortages. Digital divide and accessibility. Rural, remote, migrant or low literate citizens may be disadvantaged in online enumeration or document submission. Political objection and litigation. Some opposition parties allege SIR may be used to manipulate voter lists for favorable outcomes. For example, the Supreme Court is hearing a EIL Association for Democratic Reforms versus Election Commission of India challenging the 2025 Bihar SIR. Way forward. Given the importance and complexity of SIR, a set of reforms can help strengthen its outcome. Define clear legal guidelines. While Section 21(3) of RP Act provides power, transparent guidance on document requirements, timeline and inclusion criteria can reduce disputes and litigation. Ensure minimal documentation barrier. Maintain presumption of validity for earlier registered voters. Avoid blanket demands of new proof unless probable cause exists. Use technology to streamline the process. Mobile apps for enumeration, GIS mapping of premises, online grievance portals for exclusion, delayed enrollment can enhance efficiency and reduce errors. Inclusion focus. Special camps for migrants, disabled, first-time voters, mass awareness campaigns in multiple languages mobile verification, vehicles in remote areas, stakeholder consultation. Political parties, civil society organizations, tribal and migrant groups must be consulted to detect potential exclusion and build confidence in the exercise. Real-time monitoring and public disclosure. Publishing list of deleted included names, reason for deletion, leveraging transparency to reduce fear of disenfranchisement. Post-roll audit and feedback mechanism. Conduct simple audits after the roll is finalized to verify inclusion of marginalized group and correct omissions before polling. Synchronize with delimitation and polling station rationalization. Changes in constituency boundaries, mitigation flows and new polling station creation as seen in Jaipur must be integrated into SIR design. SIR Election Commission. The Election Commission of India plays a central role in planning and executing the special intensive revision. It issues formal notification specifying the schedule, qualifying date and procedures for enumeration. The Election Commission of India also supervises the house-to-house verification, document scrutiny and final roll publication through its constitutional authority under Article 324. The Commission ensures that every eligible citizen is included and every error or duplicate is eliminated from the voter roll. Chief Electoral Officer. The Chief Electoral Officer, CEO of each state or union territory is responsible for implementing SIR on the ground, acting under the guidance of the Election Commission. The CEO coordinates with district election officers, electoral registration officers and booth level officers. The CEO ensures timely data collection, field verification, training of staff, public awareness drives and transparent grievance redressal during the revision. Their reports form the basis for Election Commission of India's final electoral roll approval. A special intensive revision. The Election Commission of India has launched the next phase of the special intensive revision of electoral rolls across 12 states and union territories including Tamil Nadu, Kerala, West Bengal and Puducherry ahead of upcoming assembly elections. The process begins on November 4, 2025, covering over 51 crore voters, with the final roll to be released on February 7, 2026. Voters must prove eligibility using one of 13 documents including the Aadhaar card, a provision introduced after procedural reforms during the Bihar SIR. States like Tamil Nadu and Kerala have sought clarification, citing concerns over large-scale voter verification. Meanwhile, Assam has been excluded due to the ongoing NRC exercise, marking this one of India's largest voter verification drives since 2002.